Hi, beautiful beloved ones. I come again today with another message because we seem to be in perilous times in this earth here as we live together on this planet. We've been encapsulated by, you might say, programs that have not been of our own design. We have been controlled and manipulated and influenced in many ways through the system within which we live. We're born again time and time into the earth, and each time we come in there seems to be a much tighter snare, a much tighter grip and encapsulation of our true innocence. But in that grip and containment of our true innocence comes the capacity within the human spirit to break free. And it's only when one would finally realize that one is ensnared and entrapped and caught up in a system of manipulation and controls that one would endeavour to reinvigorate one's spirit, to transcend the limitations that we so obviously are caught within. It is not obvious at the time when you're ignorant of the fact that you are caught up in such a world of manipulation. It's not clear. It's not clear whilst you're working by the sweat of your brow, you know. Whilst you're working by the sweat of your brow and you're labouring to feed your family, to survive, to get the clothes that you need, the food that you need, the shelter that you need, and the transport that you need, and the entertainment, and all of the studies and things that you would participate in this world, as you're endeavouring to fulfil those roles and capacities to live comfortably on the planet, we're not necessarily aware of the encapsulation and the captivity that we're in as a human race. And much study has been done by many people who are waking, and many enlightening, you might say, I wouldn't say programs, but many enlightening media are coming forth to present something to you that you might get a glimpse of or an inkling into the idea that you are encapsulated and that you are being dumbed down by the system in more ways than one. You know, as you do your own research on the internet regarding chemical manipulations of your biological form, of your environment, you know, with chemtrails and you know, the genetically modified organisms in the plants, and how they directly alter you. You know, you become a genetically modified organism yourself through eating the codes of corruption that are encoded into the food. The water supply, you know, with the fluoride and other additives that they're deliberately putting in there to dumb you down. The many pharmaceuticals that you normally would be taking as medications. The television is one of the major devices that would be implanting ultrasound frequencies and subliminal messages, and just as a general distraction, keeping you away from your main purpose of awakening. All of these things have been put in place, and incrementally, slowly over the years, you have become under the influence of the codes of corruption that have been shutting down your biological form, and at the same time shutting down your capacity to think. You know, there are many studies around that show and prove that just as you would have a mind-expanding drug to open up neurological pathways or constellations of thought that might give you an experience in other dimensions, a higher mind revelation. Also, through the utilization of codes and chemical corruption, there's a shutting down of the neurological pathways of the mind, which would limit your understanding, and you would be programmed into a system of just slave labor, which we have been over many eons of time. We've been designed and created to be a slave task force for our creators, those false gods that have come down here and done manipulation on our genetic structure over eons of time. And yet, even in saying this, in the case where one does not know about this, it seems a very mundane world. It seems to be, you know, cycles of working, sleeping, eating, a little bit of fun, going out, a little bit of debauchery, a little bit of whatever they might be participating in, religion, a little bit of something that's trying to give you hope or a bit of joy or something. And all the while, you haven't really seen the main purpose of your being here on the planet. Your being here on the planet is simply to give you the opportunity to escape from here, you know, to overcome the limitations and the constructs of mind which have bound you here through time. And unless you realize that within yourself, you will make no attempt, you know, to rise up and to free yourself and break the shackles of time. I had a very powerful awakening a number of years ago, and I have embarked on a journey of self-discovery, and you also will have to discover this for yourself. It'll be your own investigating, it'll be your own demise, your own crushing, it'll be your own poverty of spirit, it'll be your own breaking of your psyche that's going to cause you to look deeper within yourself and find that spark of life that'll cause you to rise up and escape all of that gravity and depravity and things that hold you down here in this world of illusion. And until you do that, you'll go along status quo. You'll be buying into every new thing that comes along. You'll be buying into every program of the manipulators, of the consumerism, of this tyrannical one world government, which is by design crushing us more and more and more. So it's obvious that more and more people will be coming into the awakening as the crushing comes. As the crushing comes upon them, you know, you will be asking yourself, why is this happening to me? You know, why is martial law being brought into America? Why has America gone bankrupt? You know, why are all the Western nations all owing great amounts of debt to the international monetary funds? And why are we controlled by money? Why are we controlled by societies that are constantly putting laws and limitations upon us, and we're ever increasingly unable to fulfill our obligations to pay the debts that are imposed upon us? You're going to have to be asking yourself that, you know. And when you do ask yourself that, you're going to suddenly wake up, and it'll give you strength. It'll give you strength to realize that it's all a game, it's all a stage, it's all a play. And that as you're sowing the thoughts of your mind into the fields of consciousness, you're reaping exactly what your fears are, you know. The things they feared the most came upon them, is one of the old biblical quotes there, you know. The things they feared the most came upon them. And that's what we're experiencing today. You know, as we fear things, as we resist things, what we resist persists. But at the same time, if you don't stand up and resist the devil, so they say, the devil is the human consciousness which is conditioned and programmed. Unless you resist that consciousness of programming and set your mind on the spirit and bring up the inner revelation of your original form, unless you allow that beautiful one within you to return into your mind and dissolve the outer constructs of controls, unless you do that yourself, you won't be doing it at all. And it's going to be your initiative, your determination. All the help that's required for you to do this action is all around you. Those higher parts of your consciousness, which are still existing but disconnected from your present awareness, you know, you become unconscious to the great and mighty, powerful mind of being that is your original mind. You know, it's amazing. It knows everything. It's infinitely wise. It's all powerful. It's certain and determined and active. And it's creative, and it can heal and restore everything by you just simply desiring it and allowing it to come back in as like a download into a biological computer. Your body's a biological computer filled with corruption and records of separation from, you know, your original creative energy. And here you are wondering why you're working by the sweat of your brow, and you seem so dumb and so lethargic, you know. You're going to break into a new threshold of awakening the moment that you realize that you have a potential within you which is going to be unleashed the moment that you allow yourself to remember your beautiful mind and power and love and the love one for another that we all have within us inherently. And so it is my endeavor through this video just to give you a little bit of an insight as to how you've been encapsulated and you don't know it, how you're working by the sweat of your brow and you ought not to be, how you can receive the awakening, the enlightenment, and you can use your higher minds, the many stations of consciousness that constitute your higher multi-dimensional structure of your anatomy. And you can do that right now, because it would be your intention to do so, having heard this video, realizing the poverty of spirit that you're currently suffering in, and the manipulation that's got you into this place through your own ignorance and through your own participation in the world agenda to rob one another and not find our true source of love and peace. So I thank you, and I sign off right now. Thank you very much.